Number 1. Melbourne Museum. Start your tour with the museum named after the city itself. Established in 2001, this museum is dedicated to history, culture, science, and everything that's about Melbourne and Victoria. One can find Victorian artifacts, maps of the city, postmodern art exhibits, IMAX cinemas, and more here. It doesn't matter if you are visiting the museum for the first time or the umpteenth time, this museum won't fail to surprise you. Number 2. Immigration Museum. Immigrants make up a large part of the Australian population. Since the arrival of Captain James Cook in 1770, Australia has seen a drastic change in its demographic makeup. Once home to only the Aboriginal community, today Australia is home to people from over 200 different countries. Moreover, today about 28% of the population claims to have been born outside Australia. Number 3. Shrine of Remembrance. Shrine of Remembrance was erected about 90 years ago in remembrance of those who served in the World War I and all other Australians who have served in military and peacekeeping missions. The visitors can walk through the numerous galleries and exhibits of the museum, including the iconic Gallery of Remembrance, Gallery of Medals, and the Victoria. Number 4. National Sports Museum. Located within the walls of the Pride of Melbourne, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the National Sports Museum celebrates the cricket history of Australia as well as the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Exhibiting numerous artifacts from the sports history of Australia, this place is home to the Cricket and Sporting Hall of Fame of Australia. Number 5. Old Melbourne Gaol. Situated at the site of a former Victorian prison, this museum gives you an inside view of how it used to be inside a colonial-era prison. The Old Melbourne Gaol Museum houses different artifacts and accounts related to the inmates of the prison and their day-to-day living. Having housed some of the popular criminals such as Ned Kelly and Frederick Deeming Bailey, the museum is quite a famous attraction. Number 6. National Gallery of Victoria. This is the oldest, largest, popular and the most significant art gallery in Australia. When the artifacts in hand at the National Gallery of Victoria increased too much to handle at one place, they shifted the collection to another place, leaving behind a plethora of international art that you can witness at this big and spacious museum. Number 7. Hellenic Museum. Endeavoring and promoting the historical and national heritage of Greece is the purpose why this museum was set up. Housing a large array of artifacts dating back to thousands of years from the times of the ancient Greek rulers, Hellenic Museum in Melbourne displays artifacts from the Benaki Museum in Athens, which covers an 8,000-year-long history of Greece. Number 8. Chinese Museum. Located in the middle of Chinatown, the Chinese Museum in Melbourne was opened to preserve the culture and legacy of the Australian Chinese community. Acting as the visitors' center in the middle of Chinatown, the museum houses numerous art objects and artifacts, including the Millennium Dai Long Dragon, which is the largest Chinese dragon in the world. Number 9. Scienceworks. As the name suggests, the museum is dedicated to the field of science, playing a part in every other field. A very interactive and interesting museum for children and adults alike, with its plethora of interesting and engaging exhibits. This museum is a perfect example of learning and fun. Number 10. Australian Centre for the Moving Image. This is a museum dedicated to everything that's moving and is related to screening. Set in a special purposefully built space having 2 cinemas, this place screens movies mostly as a part of some festival or an exhibition. One thing for sure is that one won't find these films in common multiplexes of the city. Hope you like this video. For more videos, please subscribe to our channel.